Have you ever wondered why an entire continent on Earth has no permanent residents? Today, we're traveling to the coldest, driest, and windiest place on our planet, Antarctica. Despite being larger than Europe and nearly twice the size of Australia, Antarctica has no cities, no towns, and no permanent population. But why? Let's find out. First, where exactly is Antarctica? Antarctica is the continent located at the very bottom of the Earth, surrounding the South Pole. It is covered by a massive ice sheet that contains about 70% of the world's fresh water and nearly 90% of all the ice on Earth. At first glance, Antarctica might seem similar to the North Pole, but they are actually very different. The North Pole is located in the Arctic Ocean. It is essentially a frozen ocean surrounded by land. Countries such as Canada, Russia, Greenland, Norway, and the United States all have territories within the Arctic region. Countries such as Canada, Russia, Greenland, Norway, and the United States all have territories within the Arctic region. Millions of people live in these northern areas. Antarctica, on the other hand, is a continent covered by ice and surrounded by ocean. Unlike the Arctic, it has no native population and belongs to no country. So why don't people live there permanently? The first reason is the extreme cold. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth. The average winter temperature can drop below -60 degrees Celsius. And the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth was measured in Antarctica, -89.2 degrees Celsius. To put that into perspective, at those temperatures, exposed skin can freeze within minutes. Even modern buildings and equipment struggle to operate in such conditions. The second reason is isolation. Antarctica is one of the most remote places on Earth. The nearest inhabited regions are thousands of kilometers away. Reaching Antarctica often requires specialized ships or aircraft capable of operating in extreme weather conditions. If a medical emergency occurs, evacuation may be impossible for days or even weeks during winter. This makes everyday life incredibly challenging. The third reason is the lack of resources. Unlike most places where people settle, Antarctica offers very little that can support large populations. There are no forests for timber, very little vegetation, and almost no agriculture is possible because the ground is frozen and covered by ice. Growing food requires expensive greenhouses and imported supplies. Almost everything needed by researchers must be shipped in from other continents. The fourth reason is darkness. During the Antarctic winter, some areas experience months without seeing the sun. Imagine living through weeks or even months of complete darkness. This can have significant effects on sleep, mental health, and overall well-being. During the Antarctic winter, some areas experience months without seeing the sun. Imagine living through weeks or even months of complete darkness. This can have significant effects on sleep, mental health, and overall well-being. The opposite also occurs during summer, when the sun may remain above the horizon for months without setting. Such unusual conditions make long-term life difficult. Another reason is international protection. Antarctica is governed by the Antarctic Treaty, an international agreement signed in 1959. The treaty reserves Antarctica for peaceful purposes and scientific research. It prevents countries from establishing military bases or exploiting the continent in ways that could damage its unique environment. Because of these protections, large-scale settlement and development are highly restricted. But does that mean nobody lives there at all? Not exactly. At any given time, between about 1,000 and 5,000 scientists, engineers, pilots, and support staff live and work in research stations across Antarctica. These people study climate change, astronomy, geology, wildlife, and many other scientific fields. However, they are not considered permanent residents because they eventually return home. No one is born an Antarctic citizen, and there are no permanent communities like those found elsewhere in the world. Despite its harsh conditions, Antarctica is home to some remarkable wildlife. Penguins, seals, whales, and seabirds have adapted to survive in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Many of these animals spend much of their lives in the surrounding oceans, where food is more abundant. Scientists also consider Antarctica one of the most important places for understanding our planet's climate. Ice cores drilled from deep beneath the surface contain records of Earth's atmosphere, stretching back hundreds of thousands of years. These frozen archives help researchers understand past climate changes and predict future trends. So, could people ever live permanently in Antarctica? Technically, it might be possible. Modern technology could support small settlements, but the enormous costs, harsh environment, and international protections make permanent habitation unlikely anytime soon. For now, Antarctica remains the only continent on Earth without a permanent human population. And perhaps that's what makes it so extraordinary. A vast frozen wilderness at the end of the world, dedicated not to nations or cities, but to science and discovery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fascinating story from around our planet. Thank you for watching Moon Channel, and I'll see you in the next adventure.